So, welcome to Sober and Smiling. This is episode 29, and my name's Jamie. And today we're going to be talking about the dangers you face in active addiction. So, who would like to? Does everyone introduce yourselves first?
I'm Liam.
I'm Nick.
I'm Damon.
This is Mabel, and I'm Jamie. So,
I'm
who'd like
watching
to?
for Mabel, so it's very fair.
Sponsored by Mabel.
She's got all the supporters. So, who'd like to set us off?
Fair enough.
Is that? When you talk about like dangers and addiction and that, I mean, the ones I always say that comes to mind is the obvious, like, it's the dangers that you do or don't realise, like, you could say drink driving and stuff like that. I mean, okay, I only got my driving licence a couple of years ago, but my only sort of experience with that is the ongoing joke everyone has to me is the fact it took me 16 driving tests to pass it. And I won't lie to you, 10 of them I was heavily still under the influence from the night before. I did all sorts from like.
Did they not realise that you was?
Oh, a couple of them did.
You gotta fail them before you got a car, mate. That's what
Oh, I've done everything from. Oh God, where do I start with this one? I hit a wheelie bin. I jumped out the car to go to have a piss up a tree.
No.
Narrowly,
Yeah,
I hit two curbs.
No.
Ran two zebra crossings.
That you can remember.
I can remember. I also called the instructor a dainty old cow. But
She might have been.
yeah, so I don't recommend stuff like that. But that's one of them. But one of my big ones was when I was in active addiction. I work in the builder's yard. And I used to drink that much time before. I'd still come in half cup from the night before. And I'm operating heavy machinery like forklifts and stuff like that. And I don't even remember getting on the bus. I don't even remember until sort of like 11 o'clock when my brain wakes up and also I'm sat down on a forklift like, what the hell am I doing here? And that. But that's one thing, like, other things, sort of dangers, like, things you sort of take or things you do. Like when you could say, like, I remember times when I'd had loads to drink, but people was going, oh, go on, Nick, I bet you can do this.
Yeah.
I bet you can drink this, I bet you can do this. Like, the amount of times you said, oh, go and drink this pint. And it's like someone's gone across the top shelf of every shop and gone, naked. Which at the time seems fine, but you don't realise just how much pressure you obviously put on your body and that.
Well, that's I think that's addiction in its whole, though, isn't it? It's the reality, the insanity of it. You know, it's like you said about jumping in vehicles when they're high and stuff. Numerous times we've all done it, and that is probably the number one dangerous thing to do. You know, get out on the roads and doing that. But it's insanity, isn't it? Because you take yourself to that point where you're like,
You don't care, do you?
you're like on the brink of probably having a heart attack or whatever, and then like 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, you're like, let's do it all again. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, where's the sense in that? But you're not in that frame of mind. You're not in control.
You're not in control. No.
You are not in control of it.
That's what, and like I say, and then the form of control that goes is you're not bothered about the consequences.
Yeah.
You kind of just see what happens. You just, but you just don't think about them, do you?
Yeah.
It's the last thing that enters your mind when you drink or drunk driving. You know, you've got the kids in the car. You're on a school run or. You're driving through a busy town. You know, in the summer, it's just the last thing on your mind that's going to happen. And you know how I've not been caught or stopped. I do not know.
It's just crazy that's how addiction works in our heads. You know, it's hard to explain to people who are not that way of mind. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like a light goes off and you cannot control it. So once you're in that zone, you've got blinkers on.
Yeah, it's almost like a pure tunnel vision.
It comes down to that one-way thinking, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, like I say, I mean, one way to kind of say it for someone that's not, and someone that kind of drinks and takes drugs that isn't an addict to someone that is an addict. You know, if you said, right, if you have that line of coke, it'll kill you, a normal person wouldn't
do it. But
I'll touch it. But someone that's got an addiction issue, you'd give it, you'd go for it and see what happens. Yeah. You wouldn't think about.
Or probably go to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, you would. You would. It wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop me when I was bang on it. If someone said if you have that, it will kill you, I'd have still done it.
I used to be bigger than that, mate.
You know.
When you're in it, you're just fearless. You don't care.
Yeah.
I don't forget a lad I know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never done coke or like that. And there was a lad I used to knock around with, and he was a nice enough guy. If he'd had bit, he was fine. But every time everyone said, "Don't do fucking Class A's or anything like that," and he used to every now and again do coke, and he just didn't agree with him. And this guy, as soon as he did it, he's like he gained the bollocks of 10 men.
Yeah.
And I've seen this guy who, not really old, he's sort of like 5'9", you know, not very stocky. He's going up to bouncers and that, because they said, "No, you're not going in," you know, because you're too off your nut. And he said, "Come on, then I'll have you." Like, what the hell are you doing? This guy's going to eat you alive. He's like 6'5", 20 stone of pure muscle. What the hell are you thinking?
Well, it can send you one or two ways. I mean, it never. I mean, I haven't got like a bad bone in my body really. It never made me nasty. It just made me really, really stupid.
Yeah.
You know, it made me like want a party. It just kind of brought like it just brought like a party animal out of me. It didn't bring out like a nasty, violent person.
Yeah.
And I think you know, in some ways, that's probably what saved my marriage really, because I never got aggressive on it really. If anything, I just like loved everybody and pushed myself away.
Looking back now, like now I've gone through what I've gone through and taken accountability for myself and made my wrongs right. It kind of makes me a bit sick looking back on some of the stuff that I've done. And not only put myself in danger, but other people in danger. And it's like, but in the time, in the moment, you don't think like that.
Well,
you don't think like that.
You don't care.
No.
It just doesn't bother you at all.
It feels justified at the time. Whatever it is, it feels justified.
Yeah, especially if someone else is with you in the same boat. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like you're like, it's the norm.
You just drive. Well, you drive each other, don't you? You know what I mean? You do this, I'll do that.
And that's the thing. There's always a justification as to why you're doing it.
Yeah.
You've always got that justified reason to why. You've had a good day at work, you've had a bad day at work. He's pissed me off. She's pissed me off. There's always an excuse, isn't there? And like you say, but then you justify it because you're around people that do it. But again, we've chose to be with those people. And then
because it feeds a habit.
It feeds a habit. But then you also you think, well, I'm not that bad because he's worse than me, and I'm not as bad as she is, and everybody does it. So that's how you justify doing it when you're younger. But like I say, as I got older, when my friends packed it in, I just started knocking around people 10 years younger than me. So I have to say, well, he does it,
Exactly.
And it's just, so it's like you say, so it's us that's the problem. But it took me a long, long time to realise that it was me, it was my way of thinking that was wrong, not, and again, I've said it today in one of my sessions that I don't think drinking drugs are addictive because if they were, the whole planet would be addicted to them. It's people like us. It's true though, isn't it? Because, I know people that hit it as hard as me till they were 30, got married, had kids and knocked it on the head. I just kind of progressed. Those people can buy a gram of Coke on a Monday and save it for the weekend. I can't do that because if I know it's in the cupboard, I think I'll just try and see if it's all right with every intention of just having one. And I'll try it, and then the next thing it's gone. I'm like, how's that happened?
Do you know what's mad in talking about addiction? Like little silly things. Like take away the alcohol and stuff. Like for me today, coffee. I have to have two spoons of coffee. I have to have two.
Put two in that one then.
I have to have two chewing gums.
And it's little things like that.
You have to
and
have
it's
more.
It's a mild
but one's never enough for chewing gum, mate.
You have to
see, that's another thing as well where I wish it would just turn the people's outlook on addiction. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not just about someone going out and just drinking and stuff. It's about up here for us. Well, for me anyway. Little things like the coffee, like the chewing gum. Having to do little jobs a certain way. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's like that perfection thing, isn't it? I've got like a weird thing at night time because I like a bowl of cereal. But sometimes when I can't choose which one I want, I like to have like 3 different cereal selections on the top of the counter, and I'll grab a handful of cereal and eat it, and then drink some milk with it, and it drives the kids mad because sometimes there's like a crunchy nut cornflake or like a honey nut loop that's in there in the milk from me. But no, I have to literally probably try it once to 2 to 3 times with each one to think, oh, which one am I really in the mood for? And if I can't make my mind up, I
Just
end
bang
up
them all in a bowl, mate.
no, I don't like that. I end up having a
Have a
bowl.
mix.
I end up having a bowl of each if I can't make my mind up. Honestly, I'm like trying each one, thinking which ones do I really want, and then think, oh, they're nice, but then think, oh, you know,
I'm laughing.
it's just little silly like addictive kind of habits. But like you say, there's no wrong with doing that.
You know another
That
thing?
wind you up.
Yeah, that would wind me all that.
What, finding a Cheerio in your milk?
I'd just buy you a big bowl and be like, look, just stick them all in one bowl, mate.
I don't like to stick.
Stop
I
it.
don't like to stick them in a bowl. I
Do
just
you know
like
another
to
thing, thinking back
A
about,
3-section bowl.
about the dangers and stuff is there's many a times I've walked the streets at like ridiculous o'clock in the morning on my own. Do you know what I mean? Just aimlessly wandering around.
You want to
Well, especially if you're on a mission to score again.
place to
Yeah.
score, don't
Secretly
you?
looking for another bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
thinking, oh, I'll bump in.
And
You think, well,
the
I'm
thing-
bound to bump into somebody.
Yeah, but you're like, it's pitch black
And you're on a mission.
and you're on a mission.
Yeah.
But anybody could come out and
Yeah.
anything could happen.
They don't bother you.
You don't even
No.
think about that.
Yeah. If you saw like a burglar, you probably haven't going back around the party. You're talking around. Technically, coming back to your house, wouldn't they? And then there's burgle, yeah.
Wake up in the morning, where's my shit gone? Come on.
But it's
The thing is, you'd only be pissed off if they took your cat.
well, you won't know.
Oh, the PlayStation gone, the TV's gone. Where's my 3 bags?
It's mental, isn't it? It's just craziness how our minds can just switch to that and
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
think of the consequences.
No.
You know, and that's really hard to explain to somebody who isn't like that.
Yeah.
You know, it really is because they just think it's stupid.
It's
Yeah,
like
they
pure
don't understand. Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
go on, sorry.
so it's like pure determination. Man, times I did middle of the night, I thought I want to drink, and I used to live like 25 minutes away from Tesco, so I'd just literally just go on a huge march to Tesco because it's the only place I know that was open at night.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get this beer, get there, and the fucking alcohol is shut. What the hell?
That's just 24, isn't it?
Yeah. You'd find
This was
it.
before After 24 came along.
You'd find it somewhere to go. You know,
Must have robbed the hell out of you.
the last time I went to rehab, they told me something really interesting. You know how addiction works, and we had to do like an exit plan. You know what you're going to do, what meetings you're going to go to, and I don't like AA because you can't talk about drugs. NA was too hardcore for me, and obviously CA was the one because that's the one that I used to go to when I was in rehab. But there's no CA meetings around. Obviously, we've set one up now, but
Yeah.
the closest one was Lincoln.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'll have to do that one online. And he says, well, why? Because I said, I'm not driving an hour there and an hour back to go to a meeting. And he said, I bet you drive an hour there to pick a bag of Coke up, wouldn't you? And I went, yes. And he went, there you go.
You have to make it worth your while.
Yeah,
all the time.
but the other time, well, there you go. So if you and it really sat with that because that's obviously the effort and as far as you will go to get that bag of Coke, and it made me think, do you know what? If I put that mindset into sobriety and get myself sorted out, and it's gone a long way because it's right in it. You would travel. I'd have travelled. I'd have gone 4 or 5 hours.
You
to
find
pick a bag
ways
of
and
Coke.
means, mate.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if you could get a bag of Coke over Zoom, you'd do that.
Virtual line.
Yeah, it's just mental.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a bit sick when I think back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I don't miss being in that headspace.
no, I don't. My peace of mind today makes second to none.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But you know what? You've got to put the work in to get there.
You are.
have
Yeah.
to.
You
Like
get
you do.
out of it what you put
Yeah.
into, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it gets easier though, and I think that's something that's probably not explained as much because of how hard it is in the first, month or two, or however long it takes to just clear that, especially start working through things. It does get easier, but it's like I say, it's varying times for different people.
But that's another thing. Sorry, Emily. That's another thing as well. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I first came in, I never did rehab, as we know. But when I first came into the rooms, on my first day, I was expecting someone to say, "Right, I can make you better. Yeah, take this." and I wanted it like that.
Yeah, you want a quick fix.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
Which
that's addiction right there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You want it now.
Yeah.
Everything now, yeah. And I've been like that with every aspect of my life. You know, a job promotion, getting your wages. You know, going out eating, queuing, everything. I just there's something.
I
else.
hate queuing.
If I like I say when I was young, when I drive into a hobby, so like I play golf once, I want everything straight away. I want the golf bag, I want the clothes, I want everything. Yeah, but so whatever sport I do, I'll just go all in, get everything you possibly need.
All the gear, no idea.
I'll just get no idea, and then I'll get bored of it in 2 or 3 weeks, and then it just sat there and does no.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's addiction.
I've done that.
Gadgets that I don't need. I mean, I bloody bought when that new PlayStation 5 come out. I bought one of
I
them.
was just
I've not even used it. I've set it up, but I've not even used it.
I was just about to say the same thing. When I was just getting sober, right, I got a PlayStation,
Mm.
and I was ordering games and games and games off Amazon because I got addicted to
Yeah.
scrolling through Amazon and ordering games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's like a replacement of another thing,
You found a new obsession. Yeah.
And I've not played any of them.
No. I think I set mine up, set the screensaver up and all that sort of stuff, but I've literally not played one game.
Mm.
And and it's just sat there, like just gathering.
I wish there could
I
be.
played before I come out, so I can't.
I wish there could be somewhere where someone can look into the minds of addicts and figure out why they think they might be doing it.
They can when you die, mate. No, mate, just give it some time.
No, but there
You
is,
don't want to wait though.
there is stuff going on.
Yeah,
though, isn't
yeah,
there?
there is.
There is
I mean,
like,
put that stupid
Yeah.
bloody apps on and put you wire you up to some computer, and it does look at which parts of your brains line up and
working and
activity and
what,
whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah.
There is a name for it, I can't remember.
It's on that.
Is it on the front frontal cortex or something like that?
Yeah.
It's on that Matt Willis documentary, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a really good documentary, by the way, about addiction. If you haven't watched that,
Yeah, the one with his wife, when
The
the
one
wife's
who's-
in.
Oh, that's so
it's
good.
very good.
That's
Yeah.
so
and he goes to like a hospital or something and tries to understand,
Mm.
why we act like we do and why we think like we do,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
why our brains are like that. But I don't think there's actually been anything proven yet.
No. I mean, one way I look at addiction now, because like I say, although I put the drink and drugs down, I've still got like an addict mindset.
Yeah.
When you put it to the right, if you use it to like the best of its ability, I mean, it's a bit of a superpower, really. because,
100%.
if you
100%.
put that drive and that consistency into like your work, your social life, your family, you're like.
I'm just starting to do that with my work now.
Yeah.
If I've got something new going on, I cannot leave it alone until it's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And like you said,
Mm.
I changed it from that into that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's like saying that, all you got to do is like be consistent, keep showing up, and like I say, because the only thing that I've been consistent at my whole life really is drinking and taking drugs.
Mm.
And I've stopped. Well, it is,
I
that's the
know,
only thing I've
it's
done consistently every single day. So I've put that down, and I've been consistent, with Old Neil, and it's, and it's gone. It's
another danger as well is when he was picking up, it got to that point where it was like there was cases of things being rat poison, wasn't it?
Mm.
So you could be sticking anything.
It wouldn't stop you doing it, though.
But it wouldn't stop you doing it. It wouldn't stop you doing it. And if it was rat poison, you'd be freaking dead in an instant. But you wouldn't think, oh shit, there might be something in
Yeah,
this.
it's that Russian
You
food
think,
job,
well,
isn't
I'm
it?
having it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the same, when all those dodgy batch of pills were going around back in the day when
Oh.
it was in the,
Yeah.
it didn't stop me from taking them.
No.
So,
Yeah, I know a couple of years ago, there was someone going around like Boston and that, they were doing like homebrew vodkas and that and distills, and the only reason they found out is because one of the distills blew up or
I
something.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Boston,
On the
there was
Boston estate.
like homebrew vodka in garages and that.
Right,
Right.
The still blew up and took two of them out. And I remember someone a few weeks before saying to me, a lad I knew, went, "Oh, I've got some of this stuff. It's like a homebrew. Do you want to try some?" I was like, "Yeah, you sure." It's nice. I'm like, "Oh, good."
Yeah. Well, they were making potato, weren't they?
Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
I
potato
can
vodka.
do.
Mm.
So like almost a homebrew hooch sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like, almost like how they do it in prison. It's
Oh.
almost like that, but obviously
That's the price of inflation, mate.
Yeah, so what?
What else do you reckon would be the dangerous addiction?
I think just in general, just doing it in
Yeah.
general. Do you know what I mean? The general toll
You're
on your body.
literally, you are literally playing Russian roulette with your body, aren't you?
Yeah,
You know, you're like
yeah.
slowly committing
Yeah.
suicide.
Yeah. You know, the amount of times I used to lay there in bed, wired, like my heart was pounding out my chest, and I think, you know, I was lay there thinking, like, fucking hell, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow. And then tomorrow come round, I was like,
Wake up and do it again.
I'll get up and do it again.
Mm.
I mean,
Mental.
it's just, you know, I mean,
Mental.
like I say, I mean, this is how bad it was to me. The second and the fourth time I went into rehab, because I was doing a lot. You know, my blood pressure, and you know, your blood pressure normally is 120 over 80, isn't it? My blood pressure was 230 over 120.
Wow.
So you just need a splifter.
Wow.
That's how high my blood pressure was. The second and the fourth time I went into rehab. You know,
And did that scare you?
well, not really.
Oh,
Well, it did.
Come out and went back
It
to it,
did,
didn't
but
it?
it did, but it didn't stop me doing it. Obviously, the last time I think what it was the last time is because you know, when I went to rehab, because I kind of hammered all those prescription medication like the Valium and the diazepam and tramadol and stuff, and they said to me in there, "How you're not dead, I do not know," from the amount that I consumed, because they had to put me, because I had that much tramadol. It's like it's an opiate, it's in the same family as heroin. They had to put me on a heroin detox, like it's called Subutex, to
Yeah.
wean me off it. And you know, and they said, you know, how you're still alive from what you've consumed. They said they don't know, and it was that really that kind of.
So you was really in that red danger zone then? weren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I should, yeah, like I say, you know, I think that's what scared me and made me think I've got no control over what I do. But it's weird because it's like I knew I couldn't do alcohol, but I just thought it was the alcohol that made me do the coke. So I stopped doing the alcohol and I just started dry sniffing.
Mm.
And then I put that down and then I went to prescriptions because I've took them before, and you know the rehab's given me, obviously it's under controlled thing. But I thought, well, I've not got a problem then because I've never had
So he was justifying it.
yeah, justified it, yeah. But I thought, well, I've not got a problem then because I've never abused them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then as soon as I can get my hands on them, that was it. I'll just pop in and like Smarties. But, you know, and that's the massive danger there. Like, but the thing is, you know, even I'm the same with, you know, Cocodamol, you know, over the counter from from Boots, just those normal tablets. And it says on there I've 2 6 times a day.
Yeah.
I'll have 6 in one go. But I just
Twice a day.
Twice
no,
a day.
2 or 3 times a day. But
Yeah.
because I justify it, well, you know, do you know how I justify it, right? This is
Go
the
on.
madness of it. You know, on a cereal box,
Well, there we go again.
it says the average sort of like calories for a person to take for the average sized person is
Yeah.
like 2,000.
Yeah.
I justified me being able to take 6 to 8 Cocodamol at once because I'm not the average sized person. That's how I justify
Yeah,
it.
but
That's
you know what? You ever read like food packets and you think, oh, they're feeding with these serving suggestions.
well,
Honestly.
that's what I mean. But I've took that because the average sized person, I'm a lot bigger than the average sized person. I thought, well, I'll be all right to have that much then. But
Yeah.
it's madness,
That's
isn't it?
mental.
It's mental. But that's where my
Mental.
head used to go.
Not thinking that it could kill you.
It could kill you. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, like I say, my way of thinking is not normal, and I know it never will be.
No,
Yeah,
we
as
learned
good
to
as
live
I
with
as
it.
good as I am now, I just don't listen to my voice, and I think my internal voice because because I've kind of built up a lot of discipline now, being consistent, going in the ice bath and things like that. It's almost like I've built up like a guard against that.
I think the whole addiction thing is it's the whole thing of changing the way we feel,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
You know, and we go for that within the bad things.
yeah. But you want to change the way you feel instantly.
Yeah.
That's the difference. We
Yeah.
don't want to sit with it. We don't want to like write it out.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you feel a certain way, you think, right, I know what to fix that.
Mm.
And then you just do it without really thinking about it, and just rather than just seeing it through. And that's that's what I have to do now.
Mm.
It's normally a Sunday for me that I don't know why I seem to have an off day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wake up in the morning, just feel no reason.
That's
I just-
somebody, mate.
But I just don't have to, get a quick fix anymore.
Mm.
I mean, sorry, I was thinking. I thought we're covering like the dangers and that, and we spoke about the physical, and now we're talking about the mental aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not just the physical dangers. Like
Yeah.
you said, like,
I would say it's funny that because obviously coke was never my thing. Mine was always cannabis. And you know, I always thought, oh, it's not so bad. It's just a spliff. But you know, they do always say the mental health ramifications of cannabis. You know, yeah, you might feel good at that moment in time.
Yeah.
You take it for long enough,
Oh,
and you know, it's just like anything else. So it's even with cannabis, I would, you know, psychotic episodes, and cannabis did nothing to counteract that. And it's
Well, it might have done to start with, but then obviously as time goes on and you use it and your consumption goes up, then everything that kind of, you know, that drug gives you, you know, to might make you feel better, make you feel confident or calm you down.
to be fair,
It has the opposite effect on you over time.
it became just another worry. Can I get cannabis today?
Yeah.
What time's my dealer up? Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm using it to forget about everything else, but then I'm just worried about that. So it's just something else to add to that list of fucking hell.
Yeah.
I don't know how true this is with cannabis, but I had mates who sort of smoked since they were 14 years old, even to, you know, I'm 43 now, and they still do it now. And they've got to a point where they've smoked that much of it where they have to have it because that is their normality.
I think
That's their normality. If they don't smoke it,
Yeah.
they're at I know one or two of them are at a point where if they don't smoke it or come off it, they get the paranoia and actual this isn't right. Their whole version of normality is completely changed. I mean, I don't know how true that is.
I mean, I was angry on it. I was angry without it.
Yeah.
At the end, but for me, it became like a cigarette. It's, you know, if that cigarette didn't have cannabis in it, point of smoking that cigarette. Do you know what I mean? That's what I needed on a morning, just because that's what I needed. It gives you that same hit with a cigarette does if you smoke cigarettes. It just made you feel
wake and bake as they used to call it.
Just like one in the morning, but then that's set your mood for the day, hasn't it? You know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'll just have that one, but then you have that one.
Oh no! Well, like whenever that one, mate, it was just, you know, it's spliff and a coffee.
I think that's the dangers with any substance, though, isn't it? You know, at first it changes how you feel
For the better.
for the better,
Yeah.
and then eventually it gets to that point where it kind of plateaus, and that's the right word, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you find yourself it's not working anymore.
But then,
But you still need it.
But then you
Still
still
need
can't
it.
take it.
So you're getting up in the morning and you're taking it
Yeah.
just to get on with your day.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what
And that is dangerous.
That's what I ended up like. I felt
That
like
is
I couldn't
dangerous.
function without
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know, I literally feel like I couldn't do anything without having sticking something up my nose. It's a horrible, horrible place to be in. But you know, then you lay there that night thinking, oh, I said tomorrow, I'm done.
Yeah.
Done. You know,
Numerous
come on
times.
next day, think, oh, I'll just have a little bit.
Mm.
Just have a bump to get me through the day.
Yeah.
Take the edge off.
And then take the edge off, and then they have that one bump, and that's it. Buff you back into it.
I've
Wait,
lost count how many times I said sorry.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's madness. The way you said then about that, worried about the you know, getting it, that's what I was like. It was, when I had it in my pocket, it was like a comfort blanket, but then I'd be worrying and obsessing how I was going to do it in the line, where I was going to go, how I was going to get away with it, you know, how big it was going to be, what time I was going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then when it was nearly gone, I'd be thinking, right, I'm going to get some more, I'm going to get out of the house, what am I going to say, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, you're just stuck in that
Constantly.
constant head fuck all the time, and it's a horrible, horrible place to be.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I do not miss that headspace anymore. You know, it's not a nice place to be. Right, I think we've got about
28 minutes, bro.
28 minutes. We're about done.
We're pretty much there. That was a good little topic.
Yeah, it was a
wasn't
little topic.
It was a good topic.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you want to come on as a guest as well, we are at Holton Hill, down Drummond Road. So get in contact with Jamie. You can come and speak with us.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to come and observe what we do, you know, see what it's all about and decide in the future, I might want to join in conversation one time. Please, everyone's welcome. We encourage everyone to come.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be on video, we can, just get the mics out and do
The
whole thing.
Or if there's a subject that you'd like us to talk about, or there's anything that you want to know about us, you just leave us a message on the videos, and we can get back to you.
Yeah.
But what are we on? What social media platforms are we on next?
We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.
Have we broken the internet yet?
Not quite. I've about broken my phone trying to break the internet, but basically, we're at a point where we're still not getting paid, and I'm getting bolder, so I need a hair transplant. So come on, give me some views. Daddy needs a fucking hair transplant.
Just because we're not famous. If we were famous, everybody would be watching.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Where's all your fans at, Liam?
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very
See you
much.
soon.
See you next
Cheers.
week. Thank you.
What's up, man?
Hey, bye, Mabel.